Hello there. Today is day 32 of working on a currently untitled project. So let's hop right in. So this is going to be a short one today. Today was a mulligan. I just sort of needed another day away from the project. So it goes to show that, if I don't schedule breaks for myself, they will be scheduled for me. And, it didn't start as a day off, but it sort of morphed into that, and so it wasn't a very restful day off, and so I just need to schedule it instead of it happening just arbitrarily. So, anyways, if you want to click off, feel free. If you want to listen to me ramble, feel free to stick around. So, my plans for tomorrow and the following couple of days, I'm going to try to work on walls some more. I'm not happy with where they're at, and I feel like there's a lot that can be done to improve them. I'm gonna see what they look like if they have thinner top areas, if the beams up top were thinner. I'll see if I like that more or less. I'm going to try a few different variations of that, I think. I'm going to see if I can get transparency working without issues, what that might look like. So like making the main body of these transparent, and because I'm pretty sure it won't work right now because like the geometry isn't quite set up for that. Like you'll just see straight through, and like this needs to be an actual box rather than just two panels. Because right now there's no interior, so you just, even if this was double-sided, you just see straight through the gap, and it would look weird, probably. I'll find out tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can work the bottom section out. That will probably only work with transparency, at a guess, because the fundamental issue again is that, it just comes in and out like that, and it flickers horribly, and you get that like 1 pixel edge that just flickers back and forth, and that just doesn't look good. And I think that's going to happen regardless of what I do. I think there's no situation in which that doesn't occur unless that is a full box and the wall itself is transparent, and so it actually has a volume to it. The other solution would be just to not make it stand out as much, and then that won't happen as well. Like, that would be an option, but I'm kind of going for a bit of a Tron-esque feel to it, so it probably is good for it to be aligned like that. And yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'm going to try out some variations on the corners, I think. I like this little flare here. I do like the depth it has. Like, it feels inset properly, and it just feels right. I don't really like this downwards arrow. It doesn't feel the same way because it doesn't have the same grooves. I don't like these corners either. Like, they just look goofy. I can kind of see what I was going for, but it just doesn't look right. This corner here needs to at least be pulled back so it's like fully feeding in and like it's a proper curve or something, at a minimum. Apart from that, it's, I don't know, problems. I'm going to, if I have the time, I'm going to see if I can come up with some details to vary up the sidewalls. I'm kind of dry on ideas to start with, though. Like, I don't know. I think the biggest thing that I can do is do patterning along the walls themselves. Like some sort of, I was thinking of maybe using a hexagon pattern that I found online to pattern these and just tile that. But I mean, if I'm doing tiling stuff, then I need to make sure that lines up correctly, and that's a pain in the ass. And I mean, hopefully it just works straight out of the box, but who knows? It may be a bit more apparent what I can do when I add in transparency. Like, it may just be more clear what's available and what might be a good idea or bad idea. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I need to start playing around with it to really get a good idea. Um, um, yeah, that's just such a huge problem. That just looks so awful. Um, I wonder if that would be a problem if the camera or if the room was at a 45-degree angle. Excuse me, I'm it's still a problem, yeah. Yeah, that's actually worse. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just spitballing ideas. I was wondering if it was a problem with it just being flat, but no, it's a problem regardless. The camera's going to hide some aspect of it, and yeah. And as not, I'm going to try out patterns on the walls and see if I can get something working, maybe something tiling properly. The UVs are going to be a pain to figure out. I have not done too much UV mapping ever, so that's going to be an experience. I need to have these nice segments here, so like I just need to get like this broad brush working, and then this broad area working, and then the broad side work. Like, I have two distinct sections that I need to get working rather than, just one massive thing, which hopefully will be points in my favor, but we'll just have to see on that, I guess. My worry is that it won't tile going into the corners. Like, the sides might be fine, but then the moment it goes into a corner, like, it just doesn't work because whatever texture I have may not tile in that particular way, or I get UVs slightly off or something like that, and I don't know what to do about that other than, consult with my art friend and just see if I can get any tricks from her on how to handle something like that. I'm guessing the advice is going to be don't do that. That's just my hunch. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of which, I may have a chat with my art friend tomorrow. What might be within the next couple of days. I asked her if it would be nice to take a break from this just because of the holidays and get back to her afterwards, and she said, get back to her on the 27th, so that's what I'm doing. So we'll see where that goes, and that'll be at least some information, I'll get some idea of what I'm doing, hopefully, from that. And hopefully I can chat with her on a regular enough basis while I'm doing art stuff that I can, improve what's here, because I'm not an artist. Anyways, last thing, I still haven't decided when my days off are going to be. I'm thinking some combination of Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Only 2 of the 3 at most, but, some combination of that. Probably, I feel like a 5-day work week is probably good for me. People say 4-day work week is better, and I believe that, but this isn't like a normal 9-to-5 job. So I feel like 5 days is probably better for me. Maybe even 6, like maybe I just need 1 day off a week. I'm just going to have to play it by ear and figure out what that's going to be like for me. I'm going to work through this next week in full, and then I'll start that, whatever pattern I'll hold on to for the time being after that. I won't post videos on those days, so I'll just leave a note at either the beginning or end of whatever video I have before my break, and I'll just vanish and then reappear the following days whenever I work next. Yeah. That's all from me. If you have any comments, questions, ideas, or anything else on your mind, leave a comment below. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.